don't care. You need to cut me off. Don't let me talk about that stuff.
Aw.
How will it?
I have no idea.
Do you have it where it's showing the Skype window?
Yeah. I mean, it's just the base Skype window. There's no things. Ugh, Jesus. I mean, mine's dropping a ton of frames too, but that makes sense because my internet is stellar. Hang on, let me make my other graphics card stop mining Bitcoin for a minute and see if that helps.
that would be preferable. Nice.
James Fitzgerald.
Everybody, what's going on?
Crispy.
Hey, now we're
Stream is on the
streaming
other
from
channel.
Matt's
Shh,
computer.
Don't tell Adam Sparks. Matt, you're a champion.
Let me.
Ooh, is that James
Hi.
Fitzgerald? They're back.
Awesome. If anybody wants to call in and talk to us for our Patron stream, make sure to hit us up at EGN Patron Hangout. Does anybody want to join
Sit
in
in
and
my
come
lap.
talk to us?
I like that Rob just
Sit.
showed up just so he could just get really close to the mic.
Yeah, man.
My mom, who's a patron, wanted to join us on Skype. Should I add her in the call?
Are you serious?
Go for it. It's a solid.
I mean, we could talk
it's
to
a
Mom.
solid test of what my internet can do.
Mark Kale streaming is legal in the Commonwealth of Dirty Carolina. It is. You think you're better than us because you launched your new photo website. You just think you're so cool, Adam Sparks, because now you have all like these photo models and you're taking all these pictures of peoples and crazy situations of lighthouses and surfers. You just think you're so great, Adam Sparks. Oh,
Sparkles. Get his name right. It's Sparkles. Ever since he joined chat, it's been Sparkles.
Sparkles.
Yeah.
He's like, get your mom on now. Get your mom on. Let's talk to your mom.
That's just a weird phrase. I don't think you don't really hear that very often.
Get your mom on now.
She just said she doesn't want to talk to us.
What's
That's
nope
awesome.
eyes? Breaking the law, nope eyes. Bro, Mark Kale, can you even spell? What are you trying to say? Nope eyes, breaking the law. I mean, come on.
Could be a band.
Nice.
Nope eyes.
My mom hung up on us. My mom doesn't even want to talk to me anymore. That's how great of a day I'm having now, guys. Internet doesn't work. Mom doesn't want to talk to me. My family has abandoned me. Welcome to
Matt
whatever.
and Rob's life.
Matt and Rob, 2017. Hype.
That side.
Hey, but now I can actually like pay attention to the chat more since I'm not staring at OBS the whole time.
Absolutely. Get your mom on sounds like a low-key new catchphrase.
Say my name. Say my name. James Fitzgerald, everybody. What? James Fitzgerald.
Hype.
Do you have an STD? Do herpes bother you? You need to speak to the doctor, James Fitzgerald. James Fitzgerald, the hemorrhoid cream extravaganza extraordinaire. James Fitzgerald.
Well, today's been an awesome day.
Yeah. So
you guys are amazing. I was always hoping to have one of these patron hangouts where I could actually like put it up on the
what if James Fitzgerald's tears were like the tears of a phoenix and they could cure any disease? I recently watched Harry Potter.
What if they were
the Chamber of Secrets?
Exotic matter we needed to in space.
Okay.
Bro, they already did that.
It looks like turning off my Bitcoin mining thing has at least cut down the frames I drop by a decent amount.
Adam, are you actually here?
Well, I say that.
I'm
now
actually
it's just
here.
fun. Oh God.
What is that?
We can hear him, but we can't see him.
I'm actually
Adam, where
behind
you at,
Boy
bro?
right now.
Oh
I'm
God,
behind you.
that's terrifying.
Hilarious.
Adam just shows up out of nowhere. Hello. Oh boy.
If Adam
Hey
walks behind
guys,
me
I
right
just
now.
spent the last 3 hours cleaning my AC condenser drain line, you guys.
Hey man, I'm sorry.
What does that? Oh, your AC condenser line. So you've been having AC issues. That sucks too.
Yeah, it's been hot recently too.
So
Bro,
are you on, Adam?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey.
Is Adam
Hi.
ever off?
Hey, man.
I'm
Hey,
here.
talk to us about some board games. Bring us back. Bring this whole thing back. It's been a train wreck.
Bring the whole thing. Oh my god! You know what? I actually had to replace the pump for my humidifier on my HVAC unit this morning.
Oh
As
man.
well.
Oh,
You got a
dag.
heat pump?
Yeah, apparently nobody's house is getting proper regulation.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
guys!
got AC issues.
That's how people around here.
Do you have a heat
It's not
pump?
it's not as hot where I'm at. It's Michigan, so.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Do you have a heat pump?
No, it was 88 today, so.
No, okay. I know it sounds like I'm being funny, but that's an actual house term. A heat pump is part of the heating system. There's different.
It's electric heating.
Well, yeah, there's different forms of it, and I just like for you to have a heat pump would not be so good in your area.
No, I don't know what a heat pump is. I have a forced air furnace in the house.
Okay, but how is it powered? Is it powered by gas, by oil, by electric?
Oh, it's natural gas.
Okay, there you go. There you go, big guy.
I don't know anything about these things. I'm not a scientist.
Rob is a. Rob shows houses all the time, so he has to be like.
Well, it's just like heat pumps with those electric heat pumps. They're filled with this like gel, and you need the gel to stay in a liquid form, but they condense and they coagulate under 40 degrees. And you're in Michigan, it gets under 40 degrees a lot up there.
Yeah, it does.
And so I was just thinking, okay, if he has a heat pump, your electric bill must be through the roof because you have to put it on emergency mode when it gets under 40 degrees, and it turns on these electric strips that melts the gel so it doesn't coagulate. Because if it coagulates, it'll break the system, blah, blah, blah. So I was just, if your thing was broken, which most men's things are broken, I was going to be like, hey, man, I know how to fix your thing.
That was our heat pump science minute.
I know. Oh wow!
Is that the one with like the radiators, like the
I've learned so
big
much.
like metal radiators, Rob?
They're all different kinds. You can get like a heating system right now, like an HVAC system, but it's just generically a heat pump on the inside, and you just want to make sure how it's run and the different things. So, it's not an old radiator thing. Those were actually called radiators. Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, Adam, what board games have you been playing?
Oh my gosh!
God, I hope it's Power Grid.
I'm working. Only Power Grid and 1800 games. Oh my gosh, I've been playing a lot later lately just because I'm working like an absolute fiend right now. The hours I'm putting in, but
Nice.
I'm playing a lot of Sagrada because my daughter likes that a lot.
Yeah.
So Sagrada hasn't left my table. Still Champions of Midgard with both expansions.
Hi.
Solid game.
Dude, that game, I love games that eat tables. We've talked about this before. I just like to come in and see like the Thanksgiving dinner of board
You have
games
the
laid
play
out.
mat, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's no other way to play that.
Right.
The play mat for that thing is massive. So
Yeah, it's like
I
I haven't laid and took a nap with it on me like Timothy Gay, but
yeah. I was gonna say Tim Gay has a picture of him like using it as a blanket.
In case you ever get bored, that's you just create an alt account to rival Tim Gay. But pick another game.
Oh my
game.
I'm just gonna have 3 hype posts for Champions of Midgard every day. Yeah, I'm playing that a bit, and then oh gosh, I'm trying to think what I've really been playing much. Dude, you guys ever I'm sure you guys have played this. You play Skull?
I've heard of Skull and I know how it's played, but I actually haven't like sat down and played the bluffing game of Skull.
Yeah, that's been making its way out to some industry related get-togethers that I have been hosting and have been at recently, where I'm kind of like slowly
The photography industry.
Yes, I'm merging nerds.
There you go.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I don't even think I'm on camera, but I'm adjusting this camera. But yeah, I found that like anybody who even if they don't have the most remote interest in board games, will sit down and play Skull. Like
That's awesome.
It's poker and liar's dice kind of mashed into one. So I think that I don't know, like everybody can kind of find some common ground on that.
Yeah, we should really get that because it's like an easy game to just like pull out anywhere, and play whatever. Because it's originally like a bar game, right?
I think that people used to play it with coasters.
Right. Yeah.
Or maybe I'm inventing that because the current printing, which I think is Asmodee, is like basically coasters. I'm trying to see.
Yeah, I think it used to be. I think the story goes is that it was like a biker gang game or some junk like that. That's a game that they used to play in biker games at bars or something. Because it's like a bluffing, like lying game where you try to lie to people on how much information you know. So.
Yeah, I've got the I think it's the most recent one, which has kind of the Day of the Dead skull art on it.
Yeah.
And it's pretty. I mean, it's pretty to look at, but like you could conceivably like download the rule book
and just do it
with anything, poker chips or coins or coasters at a bar. So I've been playing the crap out of that just because it's a hoot and it's easy to get anybody to play it with me. But yeah, it's really been that Sagrada and Champions for me lately. I have not been able to get anything big or crunchy. I haven't been to like a legitimate game night in like 2 months at this point.
Awesome.
Me neither.
Yeah, I feel like that's just...
It's that time of the year.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, everybody's rushing around, doing all sorts of other crazy
Come back
stuff.
from Gen Con and
Having
don't
babies.
play any games for a while.
Yeah, right?
That makes me sad. There's so many games we need to play.
I know.
So
My last official gaming get-together was Mega MooseCon.
that's crazy.
I mean, I didn't
Let's
go to
talk
Roy's-
about
And we've
Mega
got
MooseCon again.
Yeah. What do you want to know?
About Mega MooseCon?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like how many people don't make it because there's no paved roads in South Carolina?
Hey, funny story. Me and Rob did like drive past it for like we wasted like 15 minutes driving around. We knew where the place was and we're like, oh look, there's the place. That's where we need to go. And then we like drove right past it and then we're like had to turn around, but then couldn't turn around where we needed to, and then drove for like another like 15 minutes. It was pretty awesome.
I just until I saw the pictures on Mark's Instagram, I actually thought it was.
You didn't believe it was real?
Yeah, I thought it was Tree Fort. I was, I was picturing the little rascals up there. That's just that was in my head.
It's an epic style tree fort, but it's not much more than a tree fort. But it's good.
Nice.
Mark's about to boot me from chat.
Hey, he can't boot you unless
I think they can now.
unless
Yeah, we
something
boot each
crazy
other.
happens.
We covered that.
They've
We've covered that.
tested-
I think the mods can still.
Oh, you
boot
can
each
actually boot each other?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we can.
they've done extensive.
We've done it.
testing.
This has been
I guess I
tested.
missed
It's always fun to watch. Oh, boy.
I think it
I
was
used
back.
to-
It was back in the day when Rob would call for the assassination of people at the end of chat.
That's the best. We should bring back just banning a random person at the end of, not banning, but kicking a random person at the end of chat.
Yeah, 30-second timeout. Just
Them admin powers. All snap.
I like
Inclusivity.
though when Mark didn't have the admin powers when we would just like boot Mark all the time.
I thought I gave it to him so that he couldn't do it, and he did it to Adam that one time just as a get back because y'all kicked him out. Like,
You gave it to him on your own. You made an executive decision. You did not consult Matt or myself.
Rob,
you just
Do you
just
wanna
did
know-
it.
Rob's
Do you wanna
like,
know something
'cause
funny, Rob?
Mark would have no wrench. Period.
Do you want to know something funny and interesting?
Oh.
Neither me nor you are
I would love
admins
to.
of the YouTube channel.
Yeah, Matt
It's
and
just,
Rob
it's just Adam and Mark
mod powers,
holding it
but
down.
yeah.
Oh, bro.
Adam.
We
yeah.
are we're like janitors at a high school. We
It's
are
like-
power hungry. We have all the keys.
Roy is entrusting
We
us.
can play
is
basketball
such
in the
an
gym
awesome
after
visual.
hours.
I can.
We-
I don't want to see it, but I can totally see you just like going down with like you're all pissed with your mop bucket and everything, and like little kids are running around and. Ugh.
Oh god.
And I'm
Clean
just
that
like,
up.
It's basically like Roy's giving them the power to be like, okay, these guys are getting a bit off the rails, so we'll just make them be quiet, and we'll just move right along with the podcast here.
I have
Well,
no
you
power.
bet.
I'm just a volunteer. Here's what makes it worse, bro. We're just volunteers.
Yeah, man. We come out, we do our menial labor. We go home. We hope we can get that indentured servant tract of land sometime in the next 20 to 30 years.
I hope I
might
can
be able
see
to
my
grow a
family for more
cabbage.
than 20 minutes.
I'm just gonna mod everybody in chat.
Aw.
Don't do that.
Everybody but us.
Everybody gets banned.
I liked it when it was just Adam. It was like it was special.
Rob, have you messaged in chat at all tonight?
I don't think so. I'm afraid to now.
Rob doesn't want to get
No,
banned.
I was trying to mod you, but I can't find your name. So
No, man. Crap. What's
Oh, is yours doing that thing where like
good
YouTube just doesn't let you type?
ban me.
Oh man. Hey, you know what's awesome?
What is?
What's
You
awesome,
are.
Rob?
He went off. You're awesome.
Emily. I don't know if you guys remember. No, I'm not awesome.
Oh, come
Do you
on.
guys remember Emily? We were talking to Emily in chat a couple weeks ago before Hurricane Irma hit, which
Yeah.
shout out to everybody in Florida. Please stay safe. Like my dad just got power back yesterday.
That's crazy.
From all that stuff. But bro, she sent me my little thing in the mail.
What?
Yeah, the
Aw.
San Diego Comic-Con promo set for
That's awesome.
That is
for Song of Ice and
amazing.
Fire. She also wrote a little note. She did say in the note that she thought I was the funniest.
Hey.
Which I get that. But no, I thought that was super sweet. So like shout out to Emily. Thank you so much. You did not have to do that. This, you know what? My frown was down, but now it's up. This makes my night. It's stupid little things like this, because it's not even stupid. It actually really means a lot to me that some person that I have never met before did this for me. Like, how sweet is that, man? Like, how nice that somebody would just, they see that I'm a fan of something, they would do that. Like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I'm super stoked for that game to actually come in and we can actually play it on the table. And now you have the alternate skulls.
Yes.
What I'm a fan of is money. So if anyone wants to mail me, you can message me. And
Send you
Yeah,
money.
he needs that super like exclusive money that's hard for him to get a
I
hold
think
of.
I'm
Man,
gonna
let me
keep
tell
my
you,
Yeah.
Massive
you can
Darkness
just
stuff.
start
Speaking
mining
of money,
Bitcoin.
I've been trying to sell it. Nobody
nobody wants to buy your Massive Darkness. I saw it up on Facebook.
Nobody wants to buy my Massive Darkness. I want to play it. It's not that I don't want to play it. I know once Black Plague gets in and the dragons and stuff, like I won't play Massive Darkness anymore. So I was just thinking to capitalize. But I think everyone thought about selling their copy once the Kickstarter pledge came in. And there's some people selling them cheap. Like I saw a guy selling one for like $100, $120.
Ooh, I
For
might buy one for
everything?
$100.
Yeah, that's what you need to do. Don't
Oh,
contribute
they're
to
gone.
the
The
Kickstarter
ones that
ever.
are under 200,
Yeah.
the ones that are under 200 are gone.
Man.
But here's the thing.
That's crazy.
If you retail mine, if you do mine via retail, mine's like over $500.
Oh, ouch.
I'm sure.
Well, hold on. I didn't spend $500 on
Right.
it.
Because you're going off MSRP
Um,
and half that stuff's marked down 50% at most.
Correct,
maybe
for the
30.
Kickstarter and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now I
That's
spent
crazy.
I spent over $350 on mine, but I'm only asking $400, and that includes shipping.
There you go.
Because shipping is going to be like a
Awesome.
good 30 plus. But I think I'm just going to keep it.
What
Like
if you
when I
made it
was messaging
425
somebody-
and Mark Cale would drive it to your house?
Now, I don't know if Mark has a vehicle. I've never seen him drive.
What do you think? He's like a wizard. He's just like,
He's
And
in
he's
South
there.
Carolina. He has a donkey.
I don't think Mark is a wizard. I just think like other people feel sorry for him, and so they do it for him.
aw.
All right, Mark, I'll drive here.
They just
What
drive
if he
him.
rides a moose because it's Mega Moose Con?
Oh, you're onto something.
Okay, real quick, if he drove a moose, I would have so much more respect for him. That would be like one of the awesomest things that he could do.
How do you drive
I
a
feel like
moose?
the
anyway?
correct-
I don't know,
verb
but if he
for-
rolled up on a moose,
I feel like the correct
You
verb
grab
for
it by the
driving a
antlers
moose-
and you just take control.
didn't it?
Would be
Jonathan Taylor
piloting?
Thomas drive a moose?
You pilot a moose, right?
drive a
You remember that old like movie he was in when he was still really big in Home Improvement, and they
Yeah,
did
yeah.
like that Outward Tales movie about like one of the best photographers. Anyway, these three brothers, and they're going to this canyon that has like all these bears.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, in the movie, they get up close to a moose. I'm about to Google this movie, and Jonathan Taylor Thomas gets on top of a moose and he gets stuck, and he like rides the moose into the river.
That sounds crazy.
Bro,
Sounds like a
IMDb
lifestyle
Jonathan
Mark would be
Taylor
down
Thomas right now.
This movie have Seth
Jonathan
Green.
Taylor
Awesome.
Thomas riding a moose. Wild America is the movie.
Wild America, boom.
Yeah.
See?
I got the trailer here. I'm going to post it in chat for everyone.
Oh,
There we go.
Man, that's one thing I'll say about me. If real estate was like movies, I'd be the best realtor in the world. I cannot forget movies. Once I see it, even if I don't like the movie, it can't leave my head, and that's so annoying. But like important documents, I'm like, I don't know. Dumb movies with Jonathan Taylor Thomas riding a moose, I'll tell you everything that happened. I'll even tell you about the brother that died.
Oh my!
Oh no.
Don't spoil a Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Well,
movie.
he doesn't die in the film, but he dies like
Yeah,
JTT.
well, yeah, because they go to this bear cave and like supposedly the
jeez.
bear. Yeah.
oh boy.
Awesome.
So Adam, how have you been?
I've been good. As I covered earlier, I'm not sleeping appropriate adult hours, but I'm good.
Oh, neither am I. But that's because we have a newborn. Let me ask you this question. It's not gaming related, but I don't care. That photo shoot you did the other day with the girl that was painted like half monster,
Oh yeah.
what was she supposed to be?
It wasn't a specific creature. We were
Okay.
kind of just going for
Just
kind
crazy.
of a cartoony zombie-ish thing, but she has orange hair, so she kind of
Yeah.
ended up looking like Mystique
A little bit. I could see that.
or David Bowie, just depending on what you're going for. But that is actually a pre-shoot for a photo shootout, a workshop we're doing here in the Detroit area on October 22nd.
Oh, nice.
Have you seen the movie It?
I have not seen it yet.
Yes, James, you can quote me or quiz me. Bro, It, the new one, it's good. It's good. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun.
The original.
No, the new one. I
Oh, yeah.
saw the new one.
No, I was going to say the original one kind of screwed up my childhood, so I'm excited to see the new one.
Yeah. Oh, the original one was scary. That and It and Clowns from Outer Space are the two reasons why I don't like clowns. Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah, I think I'm right there. I'm right there
Yeah.
too. Those are two things I probably watched when I shouldn't have,
Yes.
and like just wigged myself out at some point in like the early '90s. Like, yeah, I shouldn't have done that.
Here's a side note. You can ask Roy and Matt when it comes to like movie score music. 9 out of 10 times I'll get the movie and the song. Like I'll tell you even what the song name is. Take a lot of pride in knowing stupid movie stuff.
You're surprised.
Was that last time we were playing at your house, or we were playing at Hector's house?
Yeah.
Right, Matt? Now it's just like boom, 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 boom.
That's what Hector does that I always find very amusing. He'll just put on videos of like, so if you're not there, it's always just like anime soundtracks, and then AJ's like, bruh. It's just like popping
Yeah.
off left, right,
That's
and center,
awesome.
and I'm just like, oh man, here we go. It's pretty good.
All right, Adam, I got a question for you.
Shoot.
All right, man. What big table swallowing game do you not own? Give me two that you wish you could own. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. One of them has to be new, and what I mean by new is Q3 of 2016 and beyond, right? Because there's not like a lot of big tables. And then maybe the second one, unless you have two new ones, and then maybe the second one can be like an older table leader
Oh, table eaters. All right.
that you don't own, and maybe you haven't even played.
All right. What I don't own and I haven't played that I know Roy's going to be with me on this one.
Hype.
Oh yeah. I want to do Star Trek Ascendancy, and I feel like that eats a table pretty good once you get all the little
Yeah.
bits out.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I haven't played it. I haven't even seen it played in a room, but every time I see it on Instagram, I'm like, oh, ooh.
Crystal
think
would
that-
totally be agreeing with you because she's been playing the new stuff too that I haven't got a chance to play yet.
Crystal?
Yeah.
She's a huge Trekkie, though.
Yeah, I'm not
for
like
sure.
a huge Trekkie. Like I kind of like
Me neither.
like Star Trek's kind of in my periphery, and like I've watched it here and there, but I'm not like it's not my favorite sci-fi property. But that game, like, it seems like a lot of fun. This message is Darth Vader is saying inappropriate things. Let's see.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Oh, it's his email.
Yeah.
Oh, I hit show.
Uh-oh.
Now everybody.
It automatically showed me, so.
We should just randomly email him like really nice things throughout the day. Darth Vader, you're a terribly handsome person.
You're a dedicated teacher and a stand-up husband.
Darth Vader, your
students
actually respect you.
Darth Vader, you smell like lavender-infused bourbon.
Darth Vader, if I were going into a foxhole to my death, I would have you right beside me because I know I would survive.
Darth Vader, I put a picture of your face over my mirror in the morning so I feel better about myself.
Darth Vader, I put a picture of your face on my face while sleeping with my wife so she feels better about herself.
Oh, that
Oh, God.
Darth Vader, I would just at least attempt to get your name right once in a while.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, that hurts.
I think I win. That was
You won. I can't go.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I guess I'll answer the second part of that question really fast. I'm dying. Yeah, so I think I would do Ascendancy, and then, I mean, as far as older stuff, and I think we've kind of ran across this when I've been on a couple times before, is I want to do Twilight Imperium. Never played it, never touched it. Just looking at it at a table alone makes me so happy.
It's awesome.
Dude, yeah, it's so ridiculous. It's so
Yeah, I think
ridiculous.
for me, it's just been like there's a pretty big game group in my area that once a month has about 100 to 180 people show up, depending on the time of the year they do a VFW hall. It's pretty spectacular, and every now and then, I think it was them. There's a couple around here where there's been like TI3 callouts, like you got to get here at noon, and usually for me it's just too hard to show up anywhere on a Saturday at noon.
Yeah.
So
You definitely have to like super schedule it out, and I don't know.
yeah, I
It's
feel
one
like
of those
got
games
holiday.
where I love the game, but it's really dependent on the players a lot. I mean, I like the game so much I can still enjoy it with like whoever I play with, but the fact that it takes forever to play, you really don't want to have people that are taking way too long to do their stuff and stuff like that. And I'm pretty good at like managing the people that are playing it, being like, okay, your turn, you go. Okay, your turn, you go. But yeah, it gets crazy.
We almost always end up having a couple of new players too.
Oh, is that
you have,
Mark?
like,
Mark Kale, everybody.
Hey y'all,
Hi, Mark.
live from the Dirty Carolina.
The Dirty Carolina.
Down south.
Thanks, Adam, for that moniker there. I like that.
Oh, I think Dirty Carolina it makes you sound like a rapper.
That's awesome.
Oh, boy.
Anyway, Table Hogs.
Yeah.
Yes. What are your table hogs? I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to that new flipping. Come on, I can't think of it. Joan of Arc. That one just looks so amazing to me.
Well,
I haven't even
does
seen
look
that
sick.
one yet.
Okay, the minis are small because it's going to take up so much table. The Kickstarter comes out in October, right? The base,
So I'm gonna put it in chat.
the base is got over 230 minis. That's including buildings and terrain.
Holy moly!
And bro, the dragon is the biggest mini I have ever seen. It's not a mini; it's a baby dragon. But it's a big dragon for the game.
Dragon.
But in real life, it's a baby dragon. The thing is absolutely huge. It's awesome.
I have to check that out.
Use my time, Wizard.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
That's what I'm looking for.
Have y'all seen the variant for Game of Thrones that's like 9 players?
Yes.
Oh, we saw that at Dice Tower Con.
Yes. I want to play
Yeah.
that so bad.
That's what I want to try.
Oh,
I
That's
am.
ridiculous.
Does that add
I
in the
went
stuff
and
that
looked
we've
it up
been
the other
asking
day,
for?
and
It just adds in like all the
does.
factions you could ever imagine, basically.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it puts so much stuff on the
It's
table.
based on the last part of where the books left off.
Yeah, I think it's got the Targaryens in there
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
the Tullys maybe.
The map is huge. We
Yeah.
saw a guy at Dice Tower Con who brought it out, and I was like, man, I wish I would have seen this before you guys started playing. I would have loved to have joined you because they only had like 7 or 8. It's Game of Thrones is in my top. Well, it's my number 2 favorite game of all time. I don't care if I lose. I just love the game. So much fun.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Really enjoy that one. And one of the things I'm going to
Like
try to get, yeah, we do. You keep saying that, but then you keep like having kids and stuff.
Bro, I keep putting Darth Vader's face over my face, and my wife is like, hey, and I'm like, hey.
Well, you know, maybe I need to
Oh,
get
man.
Darth Vader's face, you know?
Not going to lie, Mark, it would help.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait.
Hey, I'm there with you. I admit it. I've done it. Michael, I will say this. The Champions of Midgard mat is amazing. It is so great.
It is.
Sure.
So good.
Champions of Midgard with the expansion, so good.
And
man.
something I'm trying to get or hoping to get, I hadn't started talking to people yet, but I want to get a mega game to Mega MooseCon next year.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah. I've wanted to play one, which if I have it at the con, I won't be able to. But I think it'll be fun to have it there.
You know what I'm excited to play? And it's not like a huge game or anything, but it should be coming out in November for me at least. Are you a Walking Dead fan, Mark?
Oh yeah.
I back the Walking Dead No Sanctuary, and I got one of the pledges with like a bunch of extra campaign stuff. They've got the RV mini and all that kind of stuff. It's a big board. I'm excited to play that. And I think it was supposed to come out earlier this year, but they had to delay it because they needed AMC to approve some of the character stuff.
Okay.
But it's supposed to finish production like late October and start shipping early November, which is like right after the season starts. So I'm pretty pumped for it. Like that'll be one that I want to get to the table. If I get it to the table, I'll invite you up. You should come up. We'll play.
Okay. No, I would really like that. If I can find time, I'd like to come up for a game night sometime. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Man, you know
Hi.
what we should do? We should all
playing
Is
on
Darth in the chat? What's up?
we should all meet.
I might be.
Oh yeah.
We should all meet where?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say we should all meet in Charlotte, and then we can do it on a Tuesday, and then go to Jake and Danielle's thing that they do. I think it's one Tuesday a month over at a bar.
It's tonight, actually.
They do their draft mechanics stuff.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah,
solid. Me and
yeah.
Hector-
It's at a brewery, man. It's a brewery and bottle shop, which is sweet. They just remodeled the place, and like they put in
Do
these
they have
big.
Wi-Fi?
I have no idea. Do they have? Oh,
Like,
Roy's like, can I?
Yeah.
Podcast from
Actually-
Draft Mechanics.
Hector's
That's a
really
good
wanted to
question.
go, and I've considered trying to figure out if I could put it on my phone and then do the podcast there while playing a game with them. And then I was like, nah, that'd probably be really sketch.
Absolutely, you can.
I
You
just
can. You
feel
just
like-
won't have the you won't have the picture.
Yeah, I feel like I would just be doing it, and then Roy's just like, what is happening? The quality is just so because it's just you
Bro,
hear bar
just say-
noises in the
we've had
background.
just
Some
say
people
something
are
on the
cheering
computer.
sporadically. Oh boy.
Hey, Darth Finn, what's going on?
Hey, is this thing actually working?
Yes.
Hey, it sounds like it's working
Bro,
to me.
is that your voice?
Oh, there he is.
That's me.
We hear
That
the
is your
the
voice.
face that everyone wants to be.
Oh,
He's a real boy.
Rob
please
just-
keep talking. Just do the ABCs or something.
Do the ABCs? What language?
Teach us something, Darth.
Oh,
What
Ask
language?
him a
Hey,
real question.
hey,
What
you want to know
language?
something pretty cool? My daughter, she's 4 years old. She can count to 10 in 4 languages.
That's
nice.
right. You were saying that the other week.
I'm going to say that every day because I forget it. And then she reminds me, Daddy, do you know I can do this in French and Japanese, Spanish, and English? And I'm like, yes,
Daughters are the best.
daughters are the best. Oh my gosh, I can't get over that. This is your voice. This is so.
Yeah, Darth's been in chat with us for forever, man.
Forever. I've never heard him
Dude,
speak.
So awesome story. Darth's wife signed him up for Patreon to shock him as Rob did his patron of the week shout out. So tell us what you're feeling and how confused you were when that was happening.
I thought you had made a mistake, honestly. And my wife was saying, I should have taken a picture. I should have taken a picture.
That's awesome.
Because when you said, been in chat forever, I just assumed that it was Mr. Sparkles. So
we did Adam forever ago.
Oh, yeah, but I figured his turn had come back up. I mean, why not?
I deserve multiple turns.
Oh, you do?
I don't.
You do deserve multiple turns?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm still waiting on that feedback, though. So.
Oh, boy.
Anyway, keep going. Keep going, Darth.
Yeah,
awkward silence.
Yeah, awkward silence. Actually, the reason that I first started in, I can tell you what episode it was. I want to say, now I can't. 53, I think. It was the Zaya episode because I just found out about it, and so I tried to Google and find out, what this game was because it sounded like my kind of game, and you guys came up, and I've been listening ever since. Sometimes multiple times.
I'm so sorry.
What? Hey, please tell me you didn't go back and start listening to the very beginning ones or whatever.
Well, there were some warnings in the ones that I listened to.
They were so bad
that far. So I went back some, but I didn't go all the way back to the start. I heeded the warnings.
Okay, good. Because they are so bad.
I recently found out that there's a setting in Libsyn that it only shows the most the 100 most recent podcasts on your iTunes feed. And I got an email from a guy being like, "Hey man, you're missing your first 20 episodes of your podcast. It's not on your iTunes feed." I'm like, "Oh, that's weird." And then he emailed me. I said, "I'll look into it and try to figure out what's going on." And he emailed me back and said, "Hey man, I Googled it for you and figured out what's going on since you have Libsyn." He's like, "This is how you fix it." And I'm like, "But I don't know if I want our first 20 episodes still out there."
Back when Rob was breathing into the microphone during every silence.
But I now fixed it, and they're all 100 and what is it, 20?
I hear you, Matt.
Yeah, man.
I hear you, Matt.
24.
Hating on me real quick.
That's
Thank
okay,
you,
man. You've been making fun of my
bro. I
mustache
did.
and
I had
thing.
that. I had that video game headset as my mic setup, and so my
The other
my
thing
microphone was
I
right above my lip.
A couple of weeks ago, realized that when I press the mute button on my microphone, it doesn't actually mute. So I've just been doing the show notes the whole time and it's been bothering actual people. And I'm just like, oh no, damn it.
I got to go listen to these now. I have to.
No, they're really bad, Mark. When I say bad, they're okay. One of my favorite TV shows of all time is The Office. I absolutely love The Office. It's hilarious. In fact, I'm watching it again for the 11th time. But there's always a couple episodes that I have to skip because I just can't handle them. Like Phyllis's wedding. I can't watch Phyllis's wedding. I feel so bad for Michael. He's so selfish and so terrible. So I always skip that episode. And then Scott's Tots. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but when he promises...
Scott's Tots is so hard to watch.
I can't watch it. I skip it every time. I laugh, and then I'm like, nope, just skip. And so that is what our first 20, 25 episodes are. After that, they're still bad, but I can start to listen. But the first 20 are so terrible.
They at least don't
that I can't. One day, it was earlier this year, I tried to go back and listen, and I got not even 10 minutes in, and I was like, nope. I gotta turn this off. I sound terrible. We all sound terrible. I can't do this.
Wow.
Nice.
Just don't do it, please, guys. If you're fans of the show, please don't.
So, Darth, are there any games that you're currently excited about, as far as board games go?
Let's see. Nothing really new. No. I have been introducing some games into my classroom, and I think it was you guys. Maybe one of the other podcasts brought up the game Duplic, which it's a simple drawing game. It's a little bit like Telestrations.
Mm-hmm.
But I introduced that to my kids and my 6th graders, and they loved it. Couldn't get enough of it. Mainly because it lets them do drawing instead of actual schoolwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just a couple of days ago, I described to them Once Upon a Time, the storytelling game. And they were all about that. We haven't played it yet, but I'm going to work that probably into their writing assignments at some point.
That's awesome. So you're figuring out how to integrate tabletop games into education.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just recently picked up a couple copies of Timeline, too. And so, I mean, there's history right there.
Well, let me ask you this. Are you, like, being that you're middle grade, right? Or do you teach primarily elementary, or do you teach middle school? And if you do teach middle school, do you only teach a couple subjects, or do you teach across the board English, math, science, history, all that kind of stuff?
I teach pretty much everything. The only things that don't really fall under my purview are I don't do PE, and I don't do the music. But all the traditional subjects, that's all on me. And I do teach mainly 6th grade, though they do have me. This year has been an adventure because they put me into 11th grade physics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, The most
the
logical
parawaps
step
and the
up.
apowaps.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, you're getting closer to what those words are.
Yep.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. So I'm trying to think of some games though for 6th graders that like history wise,
educational games.
Yeah. Like, I mean, if you were doing language and stuff like that, I would definitely say Codenames. But language at 6th grade is probably like Codenames is too basic for something like that.
Dude,
I mean, not necessarily.
Sentient is solid math. If you want to do your greater than, less than.
I've been
Sentient
tempted.
Pretty crazy.
I've been tempted. I think it was your guys' description of it that I'm like, you know what?
You know what?
I wonder if I could.
I agree with Roy on that. For math and for teaching, I mean, and for quick thinking, it's not a bad game.
I mean, you're just like, it's like simple addition, simple subtraction, but like trying to figure out how to make it work within, like, because you have these line of dice and you're trying to like add to them, subtract them, and make them equal depending on the cards you have to score points on those cards.
Mm-hmm.
And we sat down and Rob's like, I haven't done greater than, less than symbols in forever. And he's like, how do I do this? And they're like, okay, well, the alligator always wants to eat the bigger number. Like, that's how they were describing to him. So it was good times.
Once I remembered that, 30 seconds later, I ended up like I only lost by like 2 points to the guy. I killed it.
I think the weird thing about that for me is like I never had problems with the greater than less than sign, and then somehow in my age I've just forgotten, and I'm just like, okay, big end, big number, here we go, yay! I was just like, what?
Well, see, that was my thing in school. I was great at school. Like always did. I graduated high school salutatorian in my class. I went to college for 1 semester. I was taking 18 hours and working 4 jobs and working at the church and dating my wife and still had a 3.8 GPA. Like, school is never my issue. But then,
correction, you were stealing your wife. Don't forget.
I was what? Stealing my wife?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the name of that poor guy?
Oh yeah, he totally stole his wife.
Oh, I know, I stole her. But I'm saying, doing all that, like, school was always easy to me. But then once you get out of school for like 10 plus years, and then they give you basic school stuff, I thought it was like Common Core or something. I was like, no, what is this? I didn't know what was going on.
In chat's so nice. He said he listened to the whole backlog, and there's only 1 or 2 bad episodes.
Yeah, he's being like super nice because that's totally wrong.
Guys, I found you guys by going like starting on the backlog too. I think.
And you stuck with us, man. You're such a
You guys talked back to me. I was narcissistic enough to stick around at that point.
Stockholm syndrome is what that is. You're locked in here once.
I mean, I will say, Sparkles and Grader, or Darth Grader, they've been with us. Has anybody been with us longer?
In chat,
I mean, we had randoms, but nobody who's just come in and stayed. You know,
I mean, like consistently in chat.
No.
There was like,
have we had any longer groupies?
People who hung out with us when we streamed on Twitch ages ago.
Yeah.
But they would show up every week. But I don't know that I have seen them since then.
Yeah, for a while it'd be like me, Grader, and 2 other people in chat. It was pretty sick how that would go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Darth Grader, do you think your class would be able to handle a game like Axes and Allies?
I don't know if I'd be able to have the time in my schedule.
Yeah, I mean it's a big game. It's one that you would want to span out over a long time.
And unfortunately, with my history, I don't get to cover that part of it.
What part of history do you cover?
I do Old World, so we do the Mesopotamian Empire and the Egyptian Empire and ancient China, ancient Japan.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Rising Sun.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm sure my school administrator would be great with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do you
That
read-
is totally factual. You know, all
Yeah.
those crazy
Hey kids, you can get more out
Japanese
by committing
gods
suicide.
and
Just keep that in
Oni
mind.
running around all the place.
Andrew Skinner in the chat just said the Grizzle for World War One. I think that sounds like a good idea, but that's like 1 or 2 players, isn't it?
No, you can
That's
play I think
too-
up to
Yeah,
4.
that's pretty high.
Oh yeah.
With the expansion, you can play 5 and 6.
Okay.
Oh, no
It's
kidding.
not bad, but you're not really learning history-wise. The only thing you're going to learn is bombs are bad, whistles are bad, and chemical warfare is bad.
Which is not
Basically,
necessarily
everything
a
is
bad
bad.
lesson to learn.
No, it's not, but it's just like you're matching like the symbols on the. I mean, it's a fun game. I still have it, and I have the expansion.
The number
Um,
3 is bad.
You can do
Chemical
Twilight
warfare.
Struggle.
Yes, having 3 of any of those things is terrible.
Mhm.
Yes.
You get the Twilight Struggle card game. You could get a bunch of those in a classroom. I think it's pretty cheap. You find it used.
Cold War. Here you go,
Yeah.
6th graders. Here's what your parents are doing. Here's why you're here.
Here's what we're going to be in about 5 years.
Yeah.
Oh, you
It's
think it'll
coming.
be 5? Man, that's
Like
longer
training.
than I have as predicted.
I'm being optimistic.
Oh, bro. I'm not
Any
even
of
lying.
the
I've got a whole never mind. I'm not gonna tell you guys. Just I'm prepared.
He's not going to tell you about his vault, guys. He doesn't want anyone to know.
We do have a plan in place, and I do have 3 months worth of medical supplies, food, and water at my house.
I know you're
got some Nuka-Cola down there.
So, but just for Matt and Roy,
some
if
rad
things go
bars.
down, we will not be at our house, so don't worry about coming here. It will all be done.
It will be gone.
Even the board games?
A couple of them will still be here, but I do have plans to take some.
You can't carry all those copies of Risk.
I was going to say he's taking Risk and Haba games. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's gonna take all of the Risk. That'll take up his whole space that he has.
It's pretty ridiculous. 22 different versions of Risk.
Rob's just
Hey,
Have you-
Ethnos.
Collected recently?
What?
Have you collected any more copies of Risk recently?
No. My stupidity recently has been Kickstarter. Like I even just backed freaking dangerous unicorns or whatever that.
I
Game
saw
was-
that and I was like, wait, why?
Because it just. Did you see the video for it?
No, but I heard about it and I
The
heard
video
people that
looked awesome, and it has like this baby unicorn pop through this, and then all of a sudden, like this super mad unicorn explodes a baby unicorn. I'm like, okay, not that I'm for like adult on child violence, but when it comes to unicorns, I'm okay with it, and that was awesome. Like this is crazy.
You just got
So-
it for the sexiest unicorn, we know.
Rob is the quintessential capitalist. This is,
All I heard is I was listening to another
Hey, I'm
podcast
all
and they were talking
for,
about that game.
capitalism.
Yeah, man.
I wish they would bring capitalism back to our insurance. I'm not gonna go too much into that, but I would love a competitive market when it comes to
Yeah, I
insurance.
love a competitive market.
My
in most
insurance
places.
is more than my mortgage.
Yeah.
What?
That's why I don't have
Yeah.
it, because it's cheaper for me to not have it than have it. Even
Sheriff of
with-
Nottingham, great game. Love that game. Man, freaking Darth Grader and Adam Sparks. I wish, like, where do you live, Darth? Not
I'm
your
Missouri.
address, just your state. Just your state.
Missouri.
Missouri. Oh, man, I used to live in Arkansas. Okay. What part of Missouri? North, south, east, west? Like, are you
Middle of nowhere.
Middle of nowhere?
So,
Okay, so you're not near
pre-
Kansas
pre-
City?
Pretty Missouri or Suicide by Flat, Missouri?
Suicide by Flat, Missouri.
Ozarks.
Oh, man,
no,
Ozarks.
Pretty
are
Missouri.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Bro,
awesome.
speaking of Ozarks, did you watch that Netflix show, Ozarks?
Oh, I haven't watched it. I heard it's fantastic.
Oh, my
What
gosh.
is it?
Adam, watch it and then text me what you think about the ending. I did not see the ending happening the way that it happened.
All right, it's my next short now. I have one more episode of Handmaid's Tale, and then that's
on Amazon.
Short. Handmaid's Tale's on Hulu, right?
Hulu.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go to Ozark after that because I like to have a Netflix show up above on my big monitor when I'm editing. Since I spend.
Did anybody actually watch The Defenders?
Yeah.
Yes. I watched it.
I did.
Yes.
Everybody but me. Okay.
I tried to watch the first episode and I didn't even get through it. What did you guys think of the whole thing?
You didn't get through it because
your
internet was dropping, or you didn't like it?
I guess I've turned into Steve Avery all of a sudden. Great.
No, but why didn't you watch it? Did you because you weren't a fan, or just because like life was happening?
The episode was kind of slow, and I was just like, and life was happening. So
I mean, yeah, they could have done the whole season in half of the episodes. It wasn't bad, but it was cool to see everybody get together. I'm still a huge Daredevil fan.
I don't know. The whole
Iron Fist is like the lamest character right there, man. I mean,
who?
Iron Fist.
Yeah,
I don't know. They did better with him in Defenders than they did on his show.
Yes.
Oh, really?
But
yeah. I mean, he was still not great, but they did better with him on the Defenders. And what my favorite part is Luke Cage kept making fun of him. So you punch the dragon. Okay, I'm supposed to believe that. Your hand glows and you punch the dragon.
Yeah,
it's like
that's awesome.
I agree.
Like, yeah.
Can you do the hand glowy thing?
Yeah.
I mean,
so it was.
I don't know. The Defenders to me just felt like I was.
Here's the thing, Darth. I have not played Freedom, the Underground Railroad, but I've heard amazing things, and it's just one of those things I have not gotten back. And I've heard in other podcasts that is the type of game that you can teach a classroom because it really goes into depth. I'm glad you mentioned that because I was thinking of games for you. Sorry, what were you saying, Matt? He just typed something in chat. I was like, oh, it's a fantastic game.
Yeah, I was just saying that the Defenders for me just kind of felt like I was watching somebody who was brand new to like DM and try to run a D&D session. Where they're just like, look, it's a bad guy. And they're like, we punch it. And you're like, yeah, all right, cool. 3 experience points. Move on to the next fight. And you're like, oh, where's the plot
Pathfinder.
In this? Yeah. It was like, I was just like, am I supposed to care about any of the story? Like, I was so excited Sigourney Weaver was there. I was like, yeah, I love this woman. She's great. And then she was just like, meh. And I was just like, oh, God.
Sigourney is great.
I don't know.
So the story wasn't that great?
No, it wasn't that great. It was okay. It was not great.
I feel like Daredevil, out of all the Marvel Netflix stuff, is like the best. And then like the writing for all of the other ones is steadily kind of going downhill. Like they're not able to capture that. Like House of Cards and Narcos level writing, where it's just like, oh yeah, more of this. This is great.
Is House of Cards good?
Oh, House of Cards is great, man. Yeah,
I got through the second season, and life happened. I just haven't got back to it. But the other thing that happened is like, I hope politics is not nearly as bad as this, because then I just want to leave.
That was like, man.
It is though. Unfortunately, from like people I've talked to, they're like, yeah, you'd be surprised.
One of the kind of ironic things from another Netflix series is Black Mirror. When the first season came out, like the very first episode revolves around the Prime Minister like being forced to do bad things to a pig on television. And it was just like, oh man, this is crazy. This would never happen. And then like a year or two later, like that whole thing with James Cameron like getting hazed
that's right.
to like do some bad stuff to a pig came out, and I was just like, oh boy. This is actually crazy.
Yeah, somebody was telling me I need to try Black Mirror again because I tried the first season. I made it through like 2 episodes, and I was like, I can't.
Yeah,
it's too weird.
Very anxiety inducing.
Can we all agree though? Can we all agree? Stranger Things, October 27th, season 2.
Oh yes.
Do you mean I so want to have a Stranger Things like viewing party? That would be amazing.
In Rob's bed,
bro. First of all, if you can stay up, you're more than welcome to come over and help change diapers. And
we can all cosplay as different characters. Who are you going to be?
Me? Oh, I'd put on my little Scroll Girl outfit since I have plenty of them. I'd be 11 all the way. Shave my head, get my blue jean jacket on, and then, bro, Dustin is hilarious, but I could I could make Dustin grow his teeth back with my mind. That's how powerful I am. Where did Darth Vader go? That voice. Oh, you're still there. Okay.
I'm here.
Just
I just got like 7.
I'm not a big TV person, so I'm just letting you guys go.
Oh no! What do you want to talk about, man? You want to talk about science? You want to talk about biology? What do you want to talk about?
Biology's not my strong science, but hey, if you have physics experiments that you can suggest for me, I'm always open.
Well, have you done the whole egg experiment where you have to, you know, the one where you like build in a shoebox and you have to drop the egg from certain heights and you see, you know, everyone gets like 2 rolls of toilet paper and you get 1 shoebox. And can you construct something that makes your egg like safe? And you start off like at 10 feet and then 15, then 20, then 25, then 30. I remember doing that in school. And I made it to like the 20, 25 foot mark. But I lost out to this one kid who got to like 40 feet. It was just ridiculous. I think at the end, like somebody just kicked his box. They were like, shut up.
I don't really have a dropping point.
What?
They let you on the roof to drop these eggs? Like that's high up.
No. They had like a teacher up there.
Okay.
And like when they got to that point, like we were in the gymnasium and like part of the gymnasium had like a balcony area. Oh. And so like the teacher was up on the balcony. And it was just one of those things like, okay, physics and all this. I mean, it wasn't so much about
gravity,
physics, but it was just, gravity. And can you create something that is as something as sensitive as an egg would, you know, based on the impact and the blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm. So they didn't tell you is they switched theirs out for the rubber egg and dancing eggs.
Bro, that's a fun game. My daughter plays that game. Stranger Things is awesome. What, Darth, if you've been listening to us for a while. So let me ask you this. You and Sparkles. Nobody cares about Mark. So just Sparkles.
I don't know. That moose sounded pretty good.
I'm not here. Don't worry about me.
That's right. If you guys, and it could be individually or as a group, if you guys could pick like a game night with all of us, and it could be a couple games, it could be just one game. What games, now after knowing our personalities, would you want to play with us?
Zaya, no hesitation.
Okay.
Hype.
Is that because you want to play with us, or you just want to play that game?
Yes to both.
Yes to both.
Have you played with the expansion yet?
I have. That was, I think, my very first Kickstarter that I ever backed was the expansion on that thing.
Dude, that's awesome. Dude, we did actually like some work and stuff on that Kickstarter, and it's crazy. Oh, yeah. Like,
I was following you and following Cody and following everybody who had anything to do with it.
There's several things like in that expansion that I'm like, that's because of me. That's because of me. That's because I don't know. Like the graphic design on the solo cards, like that's my graphic design. I'm not even a good graphic designer. I just kind of like edited Cody's graphic design or whatever for it. It was like, they kept this? What? This is awesome. I don't know. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, I love Zaya. Zaya's great. Rob, you need to play Zaya more.
Yeah, Rob, play Zaya more.
Okay, but I'm not going to play with your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry to say, Rob, but if you're not good with people who have, you know, analysis paralysis, you might not put up with me because I'm that kind of person.
It's just, here's the thing, Darth. Each turn, respectively, should take no longer than 10 minutes. And that's long. My turns are usually done in like 2 minutes.
My wife says amen to that.
Because when it's not my turn, I pay attention to what other people are doing. Oh, Mo, bro. First of all, I heard what you said. That's hilarious. Second, man, now you lost my train of thought, and I'm thinking about other stuff. Anyway, I pay attention when it's not my turn. So when it becomes my turn, I know what I want to do based off of what other people have done. And the most I spend thinking about anything is the person who went just before me, if they screwed up my plans or not. And if they didn't, boom, I'm doing exactly what I planned to do. So that's just what bothers me. Is like, why do you now need to analyze everything after it's happened? Analyze it while it's going on. Like,
but you got to narrate it, man. You got to narrate it. You got to get the story going.
Yes. So when it's not your turn, you can narrate for them. And Roy just did this great thing. And then Matt just made this blind jump into the sun. And now Matt's out. And then Ryan did this. And Hector did that. I mean, you can narrate as you go. You don't need to have everyone go and then in a galaxy far, far away, long, long ago type of thing. Like, I don't know. I just.
So Darth, Zaya,
I
and
catch
what else?
myself.
Yeah, Zion, what else? Yeah.
Let's see. Running down my things here. I haven't played too many Hidden Trader games, but I think I would have fun with you guys playing Good Cop, Bad Cop.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not trying to say
Or-
this just to say this, but our group is hilarious to play Hidden Trader type games because we will yell at you, like hardcore scream at you, but then we'll hug you when it's all over. But we will scream at you. Like,
Yep. Either
that's one thing I
either
love about my
that,
group.
my third choice, and I need to shut up so that Adam can go here.
No, it's all right. I like to hear this go.
But my third choice, I think, would be Sheriff of Nottingham. Because the few times that I've played that, the guy who had a copy in my game group left, took his copy with him. But the few times that I've played that, I've always felt like I needed to hold back because I was the host.
Yeah, Sheriff of.
And because most people don't know that side of me, because I am the proper teacher, I am the host.
No.
But I have 3 brothers,
Yes.
so I can trash talk, but I don't usually get the chance to. And so
I
I've
make
always-
up voices. I go crazy with that game. I really like the game. And I want to play that with Matt. Matt hasn't gotten a proper game of Sheriff of Nottingham. Don't play with Roy, though, because he won't do deals with you. It's just, if
It
he's going to
depends
open
on
it,
the
he's going to open it.
situation.
Bro, I was about to offer
I'm
you so
okay
much
at
money,
reading
and you just
people.
popped it open.
I
You
am
didn't even
okay
know
at
me.
reading people. I know.
Terrible.
Me and Rob met over Sheriff of Nottingham, and it was pretty fun. And it got those crazy reactions from Rob where he's yelling, and I'm like, this is the kind of guy I want to hang out with more.
Yeah, isn't Sheriff of Nottingham the game that tells you whether you're going to be friends with somebody you meet at a gaming meetup? Like,
Yeah.
it is.
can.
It's a personality test. Like, if I interviewed people, if I did job interviews, I would make them play that game.
That's actually not a bad
Oh,
idea.
man.
I'd be amazing at HR. I'd be like, okay, we're just going to play this. How do you feel it should be played? It'd be amazing. Let me hear your most Cockney accent. Like, yeah.
The problem is, like, it's one thing to, like, sneak stuff through and betray people in a game, but it's completely different to do that in real life. Like, I do a lot of sneaky, crazy stuff in games, but I would never, like, screw anybody over in actual real life. But in a game, that the terms are different and the consequences are really
Sounds like a
different,
guilty
so
man to me.
You could
And
be
it's-
like,
and it's-
oh man, he smuggled some stuff in. He's obviously gonna pocket some stuff in the retail job. I don't know.
And it's fun to do that too, right? In a game when you don't do it in real life. Because
Mark,
it
you
gives you
totally
the
do that in
opportunity.
real life, bro.
I do
Bro,
not.
Mark,
I do not.
You totally, like, I could totally see some, like, backdoor dealings,
Mark's
like
always
Mega
smuggling in the
BoostCon.
contraband.
Like, hey guys, listen, man, you give me those Snickers, I'll give you some tickets to this
Crossbow.
Mega MooseCon.
I got
ahead,
some
man.
of this. I got
Give
some
me,
St. John's
give me
sword
a
going on
case
here.
on some Pepsi Mountain Dew. I'll be able to sell them, and I'll give you a discount on this blah 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 over here. I could totally see. Hey, man, you come do this for me. I'll give you a free sandwich at the food truck. Come on. Don't tell
Do you
nobody.
think I work at the 7-Eleven, man? I mean, it's,
I'm talking about
you think I
Mega BoostCon.
work
You
at the
guys sell
convenience
you guys
store? You know?
sell sodas and candies up front, don't you?
Oh,
He thinks all you do is
it's
Mega
a con,
BoostCon.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's my job. I wish.
Is it not?
That would be awesome.
Nah, not quite.
One convention a year.
Yeah. Make all your money
Good.
one time, one day, one weekend.
Oh, that's the way to do it.
Hey,
Gen
if
Con,
I
man.
All right, Adam.
got to start somewhere, right?
All right. I think I would do Sheriff of Nottingham too, so I'm going to piggyback off of Garth on that. But after that, it's super easy. I've got 3 more after that. So Sheriff of Nottingham, that's the filler game. After that, we are indefinitely doing Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. We are. We have to, right? I have to
Yes.
play that with Roy at some point,
It's
right?
not fun.
Did you
It's not
did
fun
you see
because
my
he's so
Dice
bad.
Tower vlog, Adam?
Which refreshment
'Cause I-
probably.
I go over. There's a section in there where I'm videotaping playing that with Sam and Crystal.
Yeah, I
And-
did see a bit of that. Yes.
Yeah, and I was all like, "Oh, guys, we lost. That sucks. Okay, what is everybody?" And then I asked everybody what their role is, and I'm like, "Oh, guys, I was a Cylon. I can't believe it." It was pretty gross. It was really gross.
Every time
I actually dislike being a traitor in those games, especially when playing with people that I haven't played with before, because it's way too easy.
You're so mean. It's so terrible. Like, I hate it, but I love it at the same time.
I want to experience that, you know?
Adam, he's literally going to be the best player on our team. He's going to be the best
These people
player.
that have listened to the podcast forever will just never trust me.
Oh, and you're just like, oh, Roy, that's so great. Oh, this makes sense. Oh, and then at the end, he's like, sorry, I have herpes. And you're like, what? And everyone just finds out.
How did you get there?
Don't know.
Wow.
Oh my God. That's too good.
All right, so BSG, what's the next one?
Oh, BSG. All right, so we're doing BSG, and then, and this is just because I love to banter with you guys, and I don't. Rob, you might not be a big fan of this game. Then I think we're doing Cosmic Encounter. So we're having a sci-fi.
Bro, I just got the Game of Thrones, the Iron Throne edition of that. I love Cosmic Encounter.
For some reason, I thought maybe that wasn't, but I'm going Cosmic Encounter. I love that game.
Yeah.
If you're at a table of people that you get along with, good. That game's just the best because it's like these constant miniature backstabs that then kind of resolve themselves 5 minutes later or a turn or two later. That's the game for me.
I am everyone's friend in Cosmic Encounter. Every single person's friend.
Because you want that.
There's no reason to backstab. Let's win together. Let's hold hands across the finish line. Let's do this.
Yeah, shared victory is BS, man. We don't do anything.
Always shared victory. Every single time.
Not for Roy. I mean, he will literally, hey guys, we'll win together. We'll win together. Come on, we'll win together. And when he says that, it's like
literally be like, every
single
person, let's go against Mark Cable. Every single person, all of us are going to win except for Mark. It's fine.
I mean,
it's
it is kind of a funny move if you can just strand one person at the end of it, I guess.
Like, sorry.
But then I think I love.
All right, what's that third one, baby?
All right, here's the last one. Ready?
I'm hoping you say this because I'm disappointed Darth didn't say this game.
Oh, here's the thing. You're going to be surprised by this one, but Roy's not going to be. Dude, we're doing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah,
bro. No, I'm not surprised by that because you've been talking about doing like a thing with us, and I've been wanting to do something. I would love that. However, I am disappointed that neither you nor Darth said any type of Rhino Hero, whether it was Rhino Hero or Rhino Hero Super Battle.
Yeah, Rhino Hero Super Battle.
Like, that's the filler game. Like, if I had to choose between that and Sheriff, even though I love Sheriff, Rhino Hero Super Battle is just, it's an experience. Oh.
Well, that's what I was going to pick, but you didn't let me go.
You're not allowed to talk, Mark. Somebody
give Mark a turn.
It's fine.
Yeah, Mark, what are your three, man? Let's hear it.
Oh, I don't know if I got three. I just want to come up and play Thief with you guys.
Bro, I want to play Thief so bad.
Yeah. I want to play with you guys and Hector and some of them other guys you play with up there.
Hector, man, I miss Hector.
Hector looks like he'd be fun to play with.
Hector is a lot of fun, especially when he like really gets into the game. You'll know when he's not into the game because he's on his phone the whole time. But when he gets into the game, he is a blast. He's hilarious.
I just want to play.
He's a gentleman.
I just want to play One Night Ultimate Werewolf with him and Danny again, like back how we used to when we had.
Dude, that was the worst and the best at the same time.
Like,
he's also really good at Secret Hitler too, man.
Yes. Yeah.
He's great at all the social deduction stuff.
Because he just has that face.
Way
like
better than Matt is.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, it's the long
man.
time.
Secret Hitler. I would play Secret Hitler with Adam.
Oh man!
Matt, you just ask him what his role is, and he just automatically tells you, basically.
Yeah.
Just
I would do it. I would speak German the whole time.
I found out that Secret Hitler has an app, so I don't have to make her kerfuffle anymore. I don't have to be like, all right, fashion's cool, open her eyes, sweet. All right, next up.
All right, who's not with me? Close your eyes.
that was the worst
and the best. Yes, we are. Let's do this. Oh, God.
Oh man. Whew. Never have I seen Roy yell at a stranger so loud before. I wish I would have recorded that.
Roy's desire to win.
And it was a woman too. It was a lady, which makes it just even worse. And he's just like, no, just screaming at this woman. Oh, so good.
It gets worse every single time you tell the story.
Bro, you were yelling at that lady.
The recording the recording would just take away from it. I mean, you got to picture it in your mind, and
so she's just sitting there all alone, all vulnerable, just happy to be a part, just by herself, just a real young, innocent soul, just sweet, and all of a sudden it gets her turn, and she goes to say hello, group. She actually goes to introduce herself, and then Roy just cuts her down. He just lets her have
And of
it.
course, it was out in the woods during a snowstorm.
Shut your mouth,
so no
woman.
one saw.
She was standing there right beside that kid that I smacked out of the way to come see Roy at Mega Moose Con, right?
Yeah, right there.
You didn't smack down a child. You
Preschool
pushed over
class.
a mom holding her newborn baby.
Yes. There we go.
She was holding her newborn baby, and you pushed
And she was
her out of the
pregnant with
way.
a belated twin as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't believe you did that, Mark. That was so terrible.
Yeah, but it was Roy, you know.
He didn't even have pink hair at the time. Come on.
He didn't.
Well, that is true, you know.
Wow, all my pink hair is gone now.
I know. You look like a guy who could have a job. It's ridiculous.
Dang it.
How did that interview go, by the way? Didn't you had an interview a while back?
Dude, I actually met the. Okay, so I had this interview and somebody
You have
like.
another job?
No. This is the same one. But yeah, I talked about it on the podcast how in the middle of the interview, someone stopped me and was like, "Hey man, my friend's really into board games. Could like he wants to like try to like get together with you at some point." I'm like, "Hey, is this really happening like right now? Like right now? This is so weird." Anyway, I met that guy at I did this convention Recon. And he actually was like, "Hey man, I was the guy with that thing that happened." I was like, "What? That was so crazy."
That is crazy.
And that was basically it. He's like, "Yeah, just love your stuff." I'm like, "Okay, cool." But he was the guy that put her up to like saying hey to me during an interview at a job or whatever. It wasn't really
fake?
It wasn't fake.
So
But,
I
uh,
had somebody fake do that to me one time. It was so mean. It was so mean. Okay, so since you're asking, I'll tell you the story. So
We were just sitting here waiting.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of charity events and stuff, and I was doing a golf tournament for Habitat for Humanity, and one of my friends was also working with me at the golf tournament. We were doing a raffle to help raise money. At the golf tournament, you could buy these raffle tickets to get like mulligans and stuff. So anyway, my friend knows that I do the podcast Epic Gaming Night, and she listens, and she's a subscriber and stuff. Anyway, she paid one of her friends, this lady that I've never met before, to come up to me, and she was like, "Are you Robert Newman?" I was like, "Yes, ma'am." She was like, "I knew I recognized your voice. I love your podcast. You guys talk about board game stuff." I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so great." And so some of the other people that were there with me, I was like, "See, people actually listen to my show, you know, blah, blah, blah." And she was like, "Hey, can I take your picture?" And I was like, "Yeah, that would be great. Come on." And so as I go to take this picture with this lady, my friend is in the corner just busting out laughing. And I'm like, "What's going on?" And
Who
I was like,
would do that?
"Why are you laughing?" And she was like, I can't. I said, no. Why are you laughing? Is something on my shirt or something? She was like, she has no idea what you're talking about. I paid her like $10 to come say this to you. And I felt so terrible. I was like, screw you, Joanne. You don't know nothing. This event sucks. No, it was actually a great event. We
that
raised a
hasn't
lot of
happened
money.
to me.
But,
They've all been pretty genuine. So.
Oh, but it was funny because my friend was just wanting to do that. Anyway, so that hurt. It's all right. I get on the show
That does
because
sound
I love
pretty
it.
terrible, though.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Do whatever. Didn't you have a ton of people like stop you at Dice Tower?
It's fine. I left my self-esteem in my wife's purse with my balls. It's cool.
Nice.
And they've got a picture of Darth Vader's balls taped over them anyway, so no big deal.
Darth is the man. Like, I want to be friends with Darth.
Terrifying.
Darth is the man. I love him.
Oh.
I've already been
Even
there,
if-
done that with Adam. Let's go, Darth.
Awesome,
I
guys.
feel like
Are there
Dice
any-
Tower Con is the trip for me to make down south next year. It's what it sounds like.
Dude, man, it was. If you want to actually be able to hang out with people and play whatever games you want, and with tons of place to play games, like Dice Tower Con was the place to do it because it was ridiculous. And
I don't know, man.
Everything was just set up great.
We do Cool Mini or Not again because I know for Adam, like he has family in town, so it's not like
then we
a
can
total
play
bust.
whatever games we want.
That's what I'm saying. We do Cool Mini or Not. We bring our own
go back
games
to the
and we just
hotel
go to the food court.
Yeah, we just like play our own games. Like screw it,
That sounds
You
great.
might as well just come to Mega Moose Con and do that.
bro. Ain't nobody going to make a Moose Con. Man. Nobody's going to make a Moose Con.
Not Rob, anyway.
Are there any moose in South Carolina?
Are there any what?
Moose.
Not to my knowledge.
No.
It's at
I'm
the
from
Moose
I'm
Club,
from
right?
Detroit, Mark. I smell so much like a Union. I can't even get across the state line into South Carolina. I think.
Oh yeah, we don't let you Michigan guys in.
That's awesome.
I'll get you a day pass or something. You know.
You'll be able to swing that, Mark. You'll be able to do that. Thank you so much. You'll be able to get a day pass out to Adam. Forget the fact that he's flying in from Michigan. All right, man. What day do you want? You want a Thursday?
I mean
I'll
to get
you
him
a
in the
Thursday day
state.
pass. Mark, you are bending backwards, man. The things you do for this community is just so amazing. Thank you so much.
my gosh!
I'm sorry, Mark.
Oh no, man!
God.
Oh,
Look at the time.
here's
Look
the
at the
thing, though.
time.
In
Look at
real
the
life,
time.
in real life, Mark is actually a lovely guy and a lot of fun. But on the podcast, he's Mark.
He's just dirty Carolina.
He's just dirty Mark.
Dirty Mark.
No, it's Mark from Dirty Carolina.
No, you're just dirty Mark to me because I live in the Carolinas, so I don't want to say dirty Carolina. You're just dirty Mark.
That's coming from Skanky Rob.
Hey, you know
Oh
what?
my goodness.
Today's been such a crazy long day. I don't care. Next week, I'll care. Today, just like exhausted, tired. It was a 13-and-a-half-hour long day of just people. I just want to go be a 6th grader in Darth Grader's class, learn some amazing things, and be his friend.
Just play Underground Railroad.
Nice.
That's a great game. I've actually heard really good things from Academy Games. They do a good job. Like, I want to get there. We have a friend who has their 1776, the Revolutionary War game. Doug is who I'm talking about, Roy. He's played it. He says it's great. So I'm excited to play that game.
1775.
Is it 75 or
Yeah.
is 76 the older one? The one with the because they came out with a newer one recently.
Yeah,
All these
the
games
newer
are
one.
just year numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is a longer name. It's like 1775, the American Revolution, and 1812, the invasion of Canada.
Maybe that's.
But those are great games. I just found them like 6-8 months ago, and man, they're so good.
That's another thing I will say about your library at Mega MooseCon. You actually had, I mean, you didn't have like tons and tons of copies of like, you didn't have like 5 or 6 copies of Champions of Midgard, but you had the complete Champions with the expansions. Like you had a really good library there.
Was all that stuff
thank
like
you.
your collection, Mark, or?
Yeah, it's all my personal. I'll say about 90% of it is my personal stuff, and then the other 10% is stuff that publishers have sent me to put in the library.
That's awesome.
So,
You're a brave man.
Oh,
You do.
Yeah. Let's not talk about that.
Because there were like
Michael,
3
next time you're at
tables,
Mega MooseCon,
and
come
they
say
were
hi to us.
Super tall.
I think he did say hi to us.
But I will tell you that, like a lot of my games, I get on the secondhand market, and I kind of wait for a fire sale.
That's
You
great.
know what?
So
I wait
who's
for
excited
somebody
Wits
like-
and Wagers?
Like Rob to get bored with his games and sell them off real cheap.
Take him off of him. Yeah.
Bro, I
do the same
sold
thing.
games super cheap at the flea market there.
Hey man, it sounds like a copy.
Like I
of-
sold
yeah.
Through the
It's
Ages for
gonna be
like
pretty cheap
$8. No, I'm gonna keep Massive Darkness. I think I'm gonna give it like one more day. There's so much, like the game looks huge, and I have so many minis, and that's what kind of changed my mind because I posted all the minis that I have, and I was like, man, some of these look like really amazing. Why am I selling this game?
Throw it on eBay, man. They'll buy that stuff up in
No.
a heartbeat.
I'll just keep it. I'm stupid. I don't know why I do this to myself. It's dumb. But speaking of the Wits and Wagers, I'm excited for November. The Vegas Wits and Wagers.
Oh,
That's
yeah?
one thing I liked about Mega's MooseCon. We got to play that. And I'm not a big gambling guy or anything, but I like the format of the Vegas Wits and Wagers because like you have a chance to win every round. At
Yeah,
least
and all
something.
sorts of crazy different odds, you know. So
Yeah,
it's pretty
you can
fun.
be dumb as dirt, and as long as you know who the smart guy is, you can win.
Absolutely.
Bro, when we played, it was this pink girl. This whoever the pink lady was. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
She kept
Yeah.
getting. She was pink or yellow. She kept
She got
getting
a ton
like
of stuff
all
right.
the answers right. It was awesome. Michael Hoff, you've been in NC for almost 10 years. We need to do like a local get together.
Yeah.
We'll bring up Mark. We'll just do like a local, like, yeah. We'll just
We're
do
at-
a
One of
day.
these
We're at
years will
North
be
Carolina.
big enough to have.
We could do it like
Mace
like,
is going to be coming
Matt's-
up soon.
Are you guys coming down for Mace?
I'm planning
We'll
on
see.
it.
I mean, I know Roy will be there.
Isn't that typically first?
I'll see if I can get
That's in
Remember,
mini Mace is the first of the year. November is regular Mace.
Oh, okay.
we'll see if I could go. Oh, man.
Awesome.
Guys, it's late.
Well,
It's
I
after 11
still
o'clock.
want to do the Century. I still want to do the Century giveaway real quick before we get off of here, because I don't want to delay any longer since we've been talking about this game for forever, and we got a review done, which I posted that on the Patreon, and that's up on the Dice Tower if you want to check out me, Rob, and Matt talking about Century. Hype.
Why
But yeah,
won't
this
it let me
game's-
block Mark? You put me as an admin, and I was at the very end. I was going to block Mark Hale, and now it won't let me. It just says go to channel or to report.
Oh yeah, I can't kick him either. It must the new admin rules must have stopped that
YouTube finally
because the
updated.
admin. Yeah, YouTube updated the admin rules like yesterday or something.
Ah, I was about to just like for old time's
Nice.
sake, and just boot him.
Man,
Cool.
I'm so bummed I can't get booted.
Hey, you want me to unmod you, Mark, so that way you can get booted? We can
Just
make
get
it
a-
happen.
Nah, not really.
There we go.
I feel like
When the
I feel
rubber
like
hits
Mark.
the road, he wasn't that disappointed about it.
I feel like Mark
No.
getting booted is like when you'd watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and the Jazzy Jeff dummy would just fly out the front door of Uncle Phil's house onto the lawn, just the mannequin head bouncing.
Yes,
That's
Totally.
Mark. Just some floppy rag doll, 90-pound doll with a beard on it, just flying out the door.
I ain't even close to 90 pounds, bro.
No, I mean like how tiny the dummy is compared to a real person on the show.
I got you.
All right, so who's our Patreon winner? Because I'm about to
Cool.
fall.
I'm going to click the button right now. I've got everybody's names entered into this random.org type thing.
This is a
Normally
great-
I would have this live, but we had so many technical difficulties. I'm going to click the button for random name.
Man, I love
And
you. Man, I love you.
it is
I love you, Matthew.
Paul Walker.
Bro, didn't he die?
Hype, Paul Walker.
I knew it
Hi.
was coming.
Yeah,
The
no
living
doubt.
Paul Walker, not the one who died in a car accident horribly.
Uh,
I wonder if he knows Vin Diesel though. I mean, that would be cool.
He's
also,
gotta hate
Paul
those
Walker,
jokes.
I'll be hitting you up on our Patreon. Thanks so much
Hey,
for being a patron.
congratulations, Paul.
Yes.
That's really awesome. And it's a great game.
And this game is signed by Emerson, and he signed it specifically for the patrons, knowing that he was going to be giving it to you guys. I bought
Why
it, and
couldn't
then we
you
were going to be
record me beating you at that game? You record the games where you win, but you don't record the games that I win.
See, that's the thing.
You just
about
have like
controlling the
camera fright, Rob.
That's the thing about controlling
Bro,
the camera.
the last-
you can do whatever.
last several
Here's how I
games
control
Roy
the
and I
camera. I
played-
press the play button.
Winners,
The last
Or
several
the
winners make
games
game.
history.
Roy and I played, I've won several of them that have not been recorded. The last 3 games we recorded, Roy wins. And today, like, I made stupid mistakes and it cost me the game. And I was late. I was late for my appointment. That was terrible. It was just, anyway. Century Golem Spice Road is a great game. And we do thank all of our patrons.
Hype. Yeah, thank you guys so much for supporting us over there. It definitely helps us do the things we do. Helps pay all the bills over here at Epic Gaming Night. So you guys are awesome. But yeah, I guess we can start to close these things down. Thanks so much to our cool patrons who joined us, even though we had all these technical
Yes, thank you,
difficulties.
Darth and Adam and Crystal and
Mark.
The other people.
That's for everybody who's in chat who stuck it out too. I mean, because there was a solid like 5-10 minutes that there was just nothing. So for those of you who stuck around to the end, thank you very much.
Yeah, you guys are all great. And next week we should be having these back on our normal schedule. I'll be calling AT&T and figuring out what's going on with my internet. But yeah, we stream these Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure to hit us up at youtube.com/Epic Gaming Night and come hang out with Adam and Darth and Mark and everyone here in chat. Most weeks we have one of them there like almost every single week at least. So you guys are awesome.
I was on a really good streak until a couple weeks ago, and I just kept working on Tuesday nights, guys. I felt so bad.
No, your streak stopped when the car stuff happened with all that day that it was raining and the tree and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, the tree fell on my car.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's terrible.
Hey, side note, how's your dad?
I mean, he's as good as he can be. As good as he can be. Yeah.
Like you had like a terrible week. Like the dad stuff, the car, just a bunch of crap was happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you fell off for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been, and then I think the what do you call it? The week right after when Streeter was on, I had to listen to that one, and then the week after, I think I missed those two too. So it's that time of year for my business. It's just crazy talk.
Oh no, I get it. I'm the same in the spring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Michael Hall in chat saying Paul Walker's dead, so I should pick again.
Sounds
Darth
legit
Grader.
to me.
Yeah.
Darth Grader.
Yep.
You there?
I'm here.
Good night, my friend. Have an amazing day.
To you too, sir.
You are changing the future. You are shaping it to be better.
I think that's what you're doing, getting up with your daughter every couple of hours.
Uh-huh. But I'm not getting paid for that.
No.
In fact, that costs me money. So,
the important stuff in life usually does.
Hey, in all seriousness, though, I absolutely love teachers. And in a different life, in a different dream, I was going to be a history teacher. My dad was a teacher. So I'm a big fan of teachers. So I appreciate all that you do. I substitute taught for a while. I had a lot of fun doing that. Sixth grade is not easy, bro, because they are crazy and their bodies are crazy and they smell sometimes, especially the guys. So like all kudos to you. 6th and 7th and 8th graders, they're just going through that. You know,
Oh, yeah.
And you deal with it. And you're amazing. And you let them play your board games. See, now that I just said that, I would not let them play.
I've got my school games separate from my other games. So
there you go.
Very smart.
Not bringing the BO smell into his house.
But anyway, thank you for what you do, my friend.
Oh, most definitely.
Awesome,
You too.
guys. Thanks so much. Make sure to hit everybody up on Twitter and Instagram. I know Adam's doing Instagram stuff now, and Mark's got all his Mega MooseCon stuff. If anybody wants anybody to be able to find them somewhere, where would you be able to find you guys?
All of mine's at Mega MooseCon.
Mark,
Twitter,
would go first.
Instagram. Hey, nobody else spoke up, dude.
He just got done speaking. It's like you were on every breath. Where can he find you guys? I'm on Instagram, Mega MooseCon.
Where do you want to find? Where can I find you, Rob?
Change your Instagram just because of the podcast?
Yeah, my personal Instagram, my quote unquote board game Instagram is the Adam Sparkles. And I switched it because after I was on the first Patreon hangout, I want to say, I was getting all sorts of DMs from people that were like, "Oh, you're Adam Sparkles." And I was like, "All right, yeah." So I'll switch this so it's less confusing. So you can find me on Instagram, the Adam Sparkles, or at Sparks Adam as well. If you're feeling really lonely and want to see me at work.
So we have so much power.
Your photography is pretty
change
awesome.
Your name for your social media account.
Yeah, you guys made me change my name from the.
All because I missaid your last name. Great.
My favorite part of Roy's posting on social media is like I can always tell when he typed or when he speak texts because sometimes Siri doesn't catch them and the words come up and I'm like, I know Roy's an educated person, but I know he must be like driving in his car posting these pictures or something because sometimes some of the words just come out crazy, and so I'm glad that we have the power. Roy had the power because
Hey
it wasn't
man,
me.
I need some lessons from Darth. Man, can you help me out with my Siri voice to text?
If anybody could teach you how to do it, Darth Vader could teach you how to do it. That man does. He does all.
I'm at that stage where I'm starting to get the gray around the temples, and I'm starting to sound more and more like the crotchety old these kids these days. So I don't
Get
know
off
if I'm
my
the person to go
lawn.
to.
Who was that talking in the background? Who was that?
Weird. I heard that too.
Who was that female?
Oh, that's probably Darth's wife.
Bro, Darth's wife, you are amazing. Your children will rule this planet one day. You are awesome.
Yes, she is.
Darth's wife. You are fantastic. And listen, if that boy ever gives you sass or lip, hit him. I don't care.
She does.
You just smack him. You just tell him, like, listen, you may teach children, but I'm about to teach you a thing or two. Come here, boy. And you just start hitting on him.
Just mollywop him.
Darth, you don't ever disrespect that woman.
Oh no.
She is the Princess Leia.
The
that
best
saves
comments
us
in
all.
the chat come from her. She just won't type them herself.
Nice. Awesome, guys. We're going to shut this down. Thanks for everybody who checked us out on the stream and in chat. You guys are all amazing. And any patrons who weren't able to make it this time, hope